What is up? This is one of my tracks that's unreleased right now that we're just playing in the background. Anyways, welcome to my live stream. Last week I did one and it was a little shaky on the quality. I had a little bit of a war with the camera, but I think I got everything worked out. It seems like everything is moving in real time, and I am excited to do today's live stream. So let's see. Let me jump over here real quick. Yeah, there's supposed to be drum and bass drums in this section. But anyways, so I'm gonna wait a little bit to get into the topic of today. Because I really want to be able to talk about this with people, but this is going to be turned into a YouTube video as well. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and do my intro for this video. You're basically gonna get to watch me make this video live. So after I figure out how I'm gonna start it. Anyways, so today I am going to be talking about the hardest part of being a creative, and it's not what you think. I wonder if I can separate I'm gonna wait for the music to stop, and we're just gonna pull it into the background a little bit more. All right, so anyways, I am clipping. Let me pull that microphone back a little bit so I'm not so hot. There we go. And then I can just adjust my volume here. Anyways, the hardest part of being a creative. So, the hardest part of being a creative is... So, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. The hardest part of being a creative. It's something that I haven't really noticed a lot of people talking about, but I think it's extremely important to at least address this initially. Let me pull this up real quick. So anyways, the hardest part of being a creative. So, like I said, this is something that I have been thinking about a lot, which is... So, like I said, this is something that I've been thinking about a lot, and that is the hardest part about being a creative. You might be wondering what that is, and the answer is actually much more simpler than you thought. It's getting started. That might not sound surprising to some people, but the reason I say that is because as a creative, a lot of times you end up getting really, really excited about all of your ideas, and you just struggle to be able to execute very well, and you get crippled by creativity, which is very interesting to me. You can be so creative that you end up creating nothing. But like, for example, let me just talk about this situation. So I have been planning on making this video for a while. It's been a few weeks at this point, but I never got around to starting to work on the video. I had this idea that I was really excited about and I wanted to execute it, but every time it crossed my mind, I was like, oh yeah, I really got to work on that. But then I never did. So it just leads to a place where it leads to complacency. That's the best way to put it. It leads to complacency because you have ideas, but you're just struggling to execute them. And like I said, this is something that I was running into, that I run into all the time. I can literally let me show this to you real quick. I can show you, these are all, let me adjust the camera. There we go. So these are all of my ideas for videos that I have written up, I came up with. Some of them I have actually started writing on. Other ones I have not. But I'm just not executing on them. I have a bunch of ideas. And I had a queue of, that's actually supposed to be, hold on. There we go, that's where I want it. So this isn't done. But I even have another section of what I'm referring to as back burner videos. I don't know why I have two sections. But these are just videos that I started writing and just stopped. Lots and lots and lots of ideas. So with that being said, how do we overcome this as creatives? That is the question that I am trying to solve today. The conclusion that I came to is that you have to essentially start before you're ready. Because as long as you are in the mindset that you have to prepare and get everything perfect in order for you to execute, it's never going to happen. Another personal example that I have, back in the day, let's rewind back to like 2011, I think. Yeah, 2011. I was a new music creator. What's up, Ciano? Great to see you in the live stream. So back in 2011, I was a new music creator, and I also was really into YouTube. And I really wanted to make a YouTube channel. And I shot a couple things that I never posted. I just made the videos but never posted them, which is a little bit different from what I'm talking about the hardest part about being creative being getting started. But still, technically, I never started the channel. I just shot the videos, and then I got some feedback from my family that made me feel like I needed to get better and improve in things. So it led to me not posting the video, not really making any videos consistently for years. It literally took me from 2011 to 2020, which is about 9 years, to actually make and post my first YouTube video where I was seriously pursuing YouTube. So that's where I started to realize that the hardest part about being a creative is actually getting started. Because you have a lot of ideas, but you want them to be perfect a lot of times, or you just don't feel like you have the ability to execute it to the level of quality that you want it to be. So you end up putting it on the back burner and just saying, oh yeah, I'm going to get to that eventually. I'm going to do that one day. You never actually start. So my goal as a creative today is to overcome that and not get stuck in the getting started phase. And then the next thing that I would like to talk about is also, yeah, absolutely. And then the next thing that I noticed is the second hardest thing. There we go. The second hardest thing is actually being consistent. So when I first started with YouTube, when I started taking it serious back in 2020, I made a rule for myself where I was going to post a video once a week, no matter what. I made it a non-negotiable, and I did that for a pretty long while. It led to me looking pretty crazy on the internet for a little bit. Let me see if I can pull this up. Yeah, I looked a little crazy on the internet for a little bit, but I had to tell myself that these are old videos. I'm going to hate them anyways. So instead of trying to wait for everything to be perfect, I'm just going to do it. So let's see. So this is my YouTube channel. These are the videos. This is like where I started taking YouTube serious, right down here. Technically, you can see I did have other videos prior to that, but like this was a lack of consistency. I posted this video on a whim and it blew up. I got lucky with that. But like this is where I started taking YouTube serious. I made a whole video announcing that I was taking YouTube serious, and from that day forward, I was like, I am going to do this. So let me rewind a little bit. Where is it? There we go. So as a result, this is me figuring out how to do YouTube. And something that I learned from doing that is that progressively, by getting started, all the things I was worried about ended up going away because I started getting better at making videos and creating content in general. So you can see, like, I'm struggling. Like, I'm starting to figure things out. My thumbnails are starting to get a little bit more interesting. I'm trying out things, and it's just experimenting. But if I was still stuck in that getting started phase, I would have never done any of these things or never created another one of these pieces of content because I'm just worried about, oh, what do I look like? What's this? How does this work? Blah, blah, blah. But occasionally, like, I have a video that does pretty good just because I got started. So, moral of the story that I really wanted to talk about today, surprise, surprise, getting started. As you can tell, because I keep on saying it over and over again. Let me get back over to this live stream real quick. Jump in there. There we go. So, yeah. So with that being said, by the way, I did not tell you this. This is also going to be a full video that I am recording. I'm basically multitasking by doing a live stream and then turning it into a video. So I got to do my sign off now. Don't know how this video is going to turn out, but I am actually making a shift in my content. I'm moving away from my talking head videos, from being surrounded around music business, music tech, music creation, and things like that, and going more in the direction of just creative topics and trying to bring in more creatives that might not make music but might be interested in the creative process of making music. So that's why we're talking about the hardest thing for a creative, the hardest part of being a creative. With that being said, thanks for watching. You can like and subscribe if you found some value in this. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos surrounding the topics of creativity and the life of being a creative, and showing more of my process of being a creative with a full-time job, which is going to be a topic for another video. So anyways, thanks for watching, and I will see you later. And that is the end of the video, and we got through that together, and I did that in 15 minutes on a whim. That is great. I'm happy with that. I will go back and edit that later. Let me do my replay save so I can at least go back and get that. That's only going to get the last minute, but whatever. Anyways, but that was only the first part of this live stream because, like I said in the title, the hardest part of about being a creative, which is a conversation we can have while I'm doing this next part, which is mixing a song. So, because I made this creative shift, I'm actually not really working. I'm not really producing or engineering for artists anymore. But I did agree to take on a project for somebody, to get hired on to do a project for somebody and mix for them. Their name, they go by Chill Will. I put their Instagram in the description below if you are interested in following them. But basically, I'm mixing a few songs for him, and he gave me permission to work on the mix for this song live. I also need to do some post-production, but I've already been working on it for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the song so we can see what we're working with. Let me pull up his folder. There we go. And also, he records in Logic, so I had him send me the Logic session so that I can just open that up and get it done that way, because that's easier for me to just have him send me the whole project file. So anyways, Ciano, how are you doing? It's been a minute. Let me mute myself. Can I? Do I have to set up to mute myself? No. I don't have it set up to mute myself. That is great. Give me 1 second. I've been working out a lot and trying to be more consistent, and I decided that it was a good idea for me to start getting these ice sparkling waters, because I drink a lot of stuff. I drink I drink a lot of like cranberry juice, and I needed something that wasn't so calorie heavy. So this is what I chose. I chose these ice drinks because they do taste good. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that you are still on the grind. So I'm going to go ahead and play the song right now. I think I should give a content warning, maybe. I don't know. I think he cusses if that's something that you're not really into. But yeah. Let me go ahead and do this. Oh, I can't hear it. Give me 1 second. Audio. Let me do this. Then general. I haven't used Ableton Live in a while, so let's apply that right quick. And then I think I had to redo the I/O on this as well. I should have checked this before I went live, but whatever.
You know, I done rolled up 3.
Okay, so it's going through that way, but it's not playing for me.
You know,
I just can't hear it. Let me figure this out. Give me 1 second.
I done rolled up 3
What's
blunts
going
with a
through the main
glass of
house?
Merlot.
Ugh. Technology is kind of annoying. I want my outputs to be virtual 5 and 6. There we go. Not 5 and 6. Merlot. First of all, shout out to Will for this song. I actually really like it.
Take 'em my time, plotting and praying, fighting temptation without limitation. You know what I'm saying, but ready to shine. Some niggas is hating, not making no bacon. They hungry and steadily worry about mine. I'm patiently waiting, I'm taking my time. Life is a marathon, it's not a race. Imagine comparing yourself to a swimmer without destination, you swimming in place. Be on the lookout who taking your space, lurking and cursing you up in your place. Surroundings is critical, it could directly affect how you are raising the stakes. Whatever it takes, don't pump the brakes. Quit holding your dream for somebody else. Family is family, and that is okay, but that do not mean they supporting your health. You can't support if you don't got yourself. Shit, you can't support if you don't got no wealth. Yeah, you rather be chasing the money. Money not everything, just to be clear. Money man interest, not trying to be funny, but if you like purpose, you niggas is weird. If you like purpose, then why are you here? Man, let me switch the flow up. I think my mama, how she raised me. Glock got no safety. I'm CeeLo Green crazy. Miss with Pat Swayze. First generational curse breaker, breaking records you never seen before like a turntable. First to go to college, first to get a degree. First to graduate, first real estate, first LLCs. First to get on TV and bet on myself like I'm Calvin Ridley. First to bust down on two twins like a pair of kidneys. Used to smoke on that Bobby Brown like a pair of witness. Turn to your neighbors on the left, can I get a witness to witness? Niggas fraud like PPP, ludicrous like DTP. Now these niggas push a piece out like R. Kelly shit. Okay, I'm really not the violent type. My childhood I fought bullies down. Not scared to catch a boosie fade. I told your hoe to wipe me down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from and we not gon' turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt. Indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing blessings, bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons and they growing, they practically raised. Navigating through in charter waters, while we making paper.
Oh, that's dope.
If a nigga want beef, the steel is ready to go in the sea like it's
Congratulations on that. So you met the artist on TikTok?
If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back. If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging all the fuck niggas, scallywags, skeezers, hooligans, and Neanderthals.
I laugh every time I hear him say scallywag. I'm just saying. It's funny to me.
Paying child support for 18 years and this nigga turned 18 and you ain't gotta pay child support no more. Run this back.
Yeah, so that's the song that we're gonna be. That's the song that we're gonna be mixing today. I've already done a few different versions, as you can see right here. Oh wait, no. I've already done a few different versions, which you can see right here. So we've been texting back and forth, and he gave me some feedback on what he likes and doesn't like on this version. So I just need to make sure that I'm getting the tweaks a little bit better. We're mostly in the tweaking stage, and then I'm going to do some post-production as well. So the thing that I'm going to start with, IG Live in 2020. It's crazy how many connections you can make on the internet. I'm going to get sidetracked from mixing this song real quick because this is just like one of my favorite stories. So there's this group called 53 Thieves. Literally, it was a bunch of people. It was like 4 people that met on the internet and started making music together. I think 2 of them were from the United States. The other 2, one person was from South England. The other person was from like Ireland or something like that. And they all just met on the internet and started working together on music. And I saw a documentary that they put together for their latest album. And they finally met for the very first time after like 2 or 3 years of just exclusively working together online. I think a couple of them had met because like the person from Ireland and the person from South England had met. Because that's a reasonable distance to travel, but they all eventually ended up meeting in the UK for the first time and working on their new album. So yeah, it's crazy how many connections you can make on the internet and work with in the way you can collaborate with people. Because I mean, I don't think we've never actually met in person. We met through Ruslan, so yeah, that's crazy how connections can be made on the internet. All right, so back to the song. Unless this conversation keeps going, which it probably will, because that's why we're here. That's why we're live streaming. But anyways, So the first feedback, the things that he gave me feedback on were the vocals were kind of loud, so we need to pull back the vocals. The kick in the second half of the song is not as, doesn't cut through in the same way that the kick cuts through in the first half. And the synth bass that I added isn't very loud, and it's hard to hear. This will be my 5 songs. This will be my 5 songs. Produced to release on DSPs. That's great. Do you have any music out already, by the way? I don't think I've ever talked to you about that. Yeah, do you have any music that you've put out before? I don't think you'll be able to send the link on YouTube, but you can send me the link on Instagram, because I don't think that the YouTube chat allows links to be posted. I don't know how that works. But yeah, so those are the 3 things that he wanted me to fix. And then I wanted to do some post-production stuff on it because I felt like the second half should have more energy, but it doesn't have enough low end. So the way that I have mixed this song is totally counterintuitive, and I do not recommend. But I sent literally every single thing to a bus. Mostly because I was checking references and I wanted to make it easier for me to like jump between different mixes. So yeah. So this is my mix down right here. So this is all of these tracks summed into here. But before they even get there, I have all my vocals that go into this bus right here, and then my beat that goes into this bus. So that means that this part through here all goes into my beat bus. And then this part is all Vox, and then we have our mix down right here. And then I have the original beat because it's kind of structured of 2 different versions of the same beat that a couple different producers made. And then I have the reference mix. But it's for Spotify. Yes, send that to me so I can take a listen to it. So yeah, so this was the original mix that he sent me. This is like a reference mix. And then this was my first mix, which was a rough mix because I didn't have the stems for the beat yet. It's terrible. Everything sounds squashed. It does not sound good at all, in my opinion. And then this was my first mix that I did yesterday, and then my second mix, and then I have up to 4 mixes now at this point. So now it's time to get to the next stage of this song, which is to make my mix for today. And the thing I do like about Ableton Live Logic is mixing, because I can make alternatives so that I can basically jump back into different versions of the mix and not have like a bunch of different and not have a bunch of different Logic sessions I have to go through just to get to different versions of the same song. I honestly should probably start mixing exclusively in Ableton Live or in Logic, just for the convenience factor of it. Now that I'm thinking about this. But yeah. So anyways, we're going to start with the vocals. Like I said, he felt like the vocals were too loud. The funny thing is that they're loud, but they were way louder in my first mix that I did yesterday. That is loud though. Let me pull that back because I don't want people to turn it down immediately. I don't hear any difference. The reverb is there. I might route. This might be a bad idea, but I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm gonna route the reverb and the delay into this bus so I can just have total control over that.
Special to me. Roll up. Yeah. From a youngin', I've been in the nosebleeds, growing like close weeds, taking my time, plotting and praying, fighting temptation without limitation. You know what I'm saying, but ready to shine. Some niggas is saying, not making no bacon, they hungry and steadily worry about mine. is a marathon, it's not a race. Imagine comparing yourself to a swimmer with that destination, you swimming in place. Be on the lookout who take your space. Lurking and cursing you up in your place. Surround us is critical. It could directly affect how high you are raising the stakes. Whatever it takes, don't pump the brakes. Quit holding your dream for somebody else. Family is family, and that is okay, but that do not mean they supporting your health. You can't support if you don't got yourself. Shit, you can't support if you don't got no wealth. Yeah, you rather be chasing the money. Money not everything, just to be clear.
I think I'm gonna do some automation here, because that is like really loud. It's like the first thing you hear and you instantly want to turn it down. It's got that Memphis sound. It does. Funny thing, he's not from Memphis. He's from Cincinnati though.
You know, I done rolled up 3 blunts.
Yeah, let me. But nah, like I met Will back in 2017, I believe. Like the very first time I went to Atlanta. I went out there, I met him, and like I stayed at his place. Like he was a friend of a friend, and we've stayed in contact ever since. And occasionally, like he'll just reach out and like be like, "Hey, I got something. If you have time to work on it." And if I had to talk about it and think about it and see if I wanted to work on this. But yeah.
You know, I done rolled up 3 blunts with a glass of murk.
Maybe not 6. Let's go 3.
You know,
I think that might be a good level.
I done rolled up 3 blunts with a glass of Merlot.
Merlot.
This joint special to me. Roll up. Yeah. From a youngin', I've been in the nosebleeds, growing like close weeds.
I'm automating the wrong thing. That's fine. It'll work. We'll do it this way. So we're just going to do like detailed automation on this song, because that's probably going to be the better way to like get all the parts that I want to be louder.
You know,
Let me take that off.
I done rolled up 3 roll up. Yeah. From a youngin',
I want that to be a little bit louder. I want it to be as loud as that,
roll up. Yeah. From a youngin',
We'll go for.
roll up. Yeah. From a youngin', I've been in the nosebleeds, growing like close weeds. Taking my time, plotting and praying, fighting temptation without limitation. You know what I'm saying, but ready to shine. Some niggas is hating, not making no bacon. They hungry and steadily worry about mine. I'm patiently waiting, I'm taking my time. Life is a marathon, it's not a race. Imagine comparing yourself to a swimmer with that destination, you swimming in place. Be on the lookout who take your space. Lurking and cursing you up in your place. Surround us is critical, it could directly affect how high you are raising the stakes. Whatever. Imagine comparing yourself to a swimmer with that destination, you swimming in place. Be on the lookout who take your space. Lurking and cursing you up in your place. Surround us is critical, it could directly affect how high you are raising the stakes. Whatever it takes, don't pump the brakes. Quit hold.
Yeah, it's a process. This is like I actually really don't tell people this. I actually really enjoy mixing, but I just hate when mixing consumes all my time. Let me see if I can move this, because like the way that I have this set up now. Let me see, that's the chat. So let's move the chat over here to that area for this setup. That's gonna work better for this, because yeah. Anyways, yeah. So I enjoy mixing, but I just hate when it's the only thing I'm doing and it's taking up all my time. Because it's like really fun to like get into the details of like trying to make sure everything is perfect. So basically, essentially what I'm doing right now is manually doing my own version of compression. Like I'm just manually like leveling out stuff.
Critical, it could directly affect how high you are raising the stakes. Whatever it takes, don't pump the brakes. Quit holding your dream for somebody else. Family is family, and that is okay, but that do not mean they supporting your health. You can't support if you don't got yourself. Shit, you can't support if you don't got no wealth. Yeah, you rather be chasing the money.
Like I feel like that gets quiet right there, so we'll boost him up a little bit. Give him a couple decibels.
Yeah, you rather be chasing the money. Money not everything, just to be clear. Money man interest, not trying to be. Shit, you can't support if you don't got no wealth. Yeah, you rather be chasing the money. Money not everything, just to be clear. Money man interest, not trying to be funny, but if you like purpose, you niggas is weird. If you like purpose, then why are you here?
Let me scroll back here.
You get support if you don't got no wealth.
We'll boost that section up a little bit too.
You get support if you don't got no wealth. Yeah, you rather be chasing the money. Money not everything, just to be clear. Money may interest, not trying to be funny, but if you like purpose, you niggas is weird. If you like purpose, then why are you here?
Because I feel like the tricky thing that I'm running into is like, I don't want his vocals to be too loud, but I don't want him to get drowned out by the beat. And certain sections just get really loud.
Chasing the money. Money not everything, just to be clear. Money may interest, not trying to be funny, but if you like purpose, you niggas is weird. If you like purpose, then why are you here? Man, let me switch the flow up.
I like that being in the background, but I want that to be a little bit louder.
Man, let me switch the flow up. I think my mama, how she raised me. Got no safety. I'm CeeLo Green crazy. Miss with Pat Swayze. First generational curse breaker. Breaking records you never seen before like a turntable. First to go to college, first to get a degree. First to graduate, first real estate, first LLCs. First to get on TV and bet on myself like I'm Calvin Ridley. First to bust down on two twins like a pair of kidneys. Used to smoke on that Bobby Brown like a pair of witness. Turn to your neighbors on the left, can I get a witness to witness? Niggas fraud like PPP, ludicrous like DTP. Now these niggas push a piece sound like R. Kelly shit to me. Okay, I'm really not the violent type. My childhood I fought bullies down. Not scared to catch a boosie fade. I told you how to wipe me down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord I'm winning now. Living where we came from.
That kick is... I need to work on that kick, and that might bring out the vocals a little bit more. Yeah, there is a plugin that does that. Why isn't my chat showing up anymore? Oh, there it goes. But yeah, there is a plugin that does that. I do have it, but I just don't use it. I don't know. I like doing things manually because I like putting myself through pain. Also, one thing I didn't actually talk to him about. I don't even know. Can you hear me? Yeah, you should be able to hear me. There are sections in that last part where he is clipping. Let me find it real quick. Right here, I think. Like that dodging all. Like there's just like a slight. There's like some distortion on that. But whatever. Actually, I couldn't get rid of it, but I decided, hey, we'll leave it. It's raw. Let's see. So that's essentially the main thing that I wanted to do with the vocal aspect of it. The kick was the other thing that he talked about. I forgot to mention I have a drum bus, so like all my drums are here. So full disclosure, the reason that there's an echo. Why is there an echo? Yeah, you can totally see it. Let me see. So is there an echo when I'm not playing the music, or is it just when, or is it just English? I can't speak. Is there an echo when it's right now, or is it just when I'm like playing the music back? Because I might need to change the input on, whatchamacallit? I might need to change the input on Logic so that it doesn't pick up my microphone, because I think that might be what's going on. I'll try that and see if that fixes it. This is me thinking through this in real time. Give me a second. So input device, we're going to say none. So no input, only output. It sounds like my voice is doubled. Does it still sound like it's doubled right now after I made those changes? let's see. Keep talking. Okay, yeah, I guess I need to talk for you to be able to tell what's going on. Yeah, so the main thing that I'm going to be doing now, because full disclosure, I may have done something super, super lazy. When I did the kick, there are 2 different kicks that were used on this, and I put them on the same track. So as a result, there are 2 different kicks that have 2 different sounds to them. And I just used the same settings, hoping that it would get away. But he was like, it wasn't necessarily what he wanted. So as a result, I got to actually do my job and fix it. But yeah, so that's doable. Like all I have to do is just, and now it's on track. So I'm just going to kind of go through and work on getting that kick to match the same level of like punch and knock on it. I can show you what I did on the first kick, because this is the kick that he liked. Let's see. So first thing, I use this transient, and then I EQ'd just like a slight little bump. That's kind of like the frequency that really knocked for that kick. And then I put this bit crusher on it. So the kick prior to me actually getting it was like this. Yeah, so that. And then I added this transient. So it kind of makes it a little bit more sharp and pointed, kind of more punchy a little bit. And then this is like so subtle. I don't know if you can even tell the difference. I don't even know if I can tell the difference. Not gonna lie, but in the moment when I was mixing it, I thought I could tell the difference. But I was trying to get that frequency to just punch a little bit more and cut through a little bit more. And then just that little distortion on it. So we need to get this kick right here. Ooh, that is crazy loud right now, to match the other one. So let me go ahead and pull it back a little bit. We're gonna have to do this by ear. Like something that I learned from Alex Toomey, watching some of his live streams when he was doing live streaming, was that it makes no sense to mix. So when you're mixing, it makes no sense to solo a song. Yeah, you can. The only reason the other one sounds punchy right now is because it's just louder. But Alex Toomey talked about how it makes no sense to mix a song. It makes no sense to mix a song and solo the individual pieces of it, because nobody's going to be listening to the solo stems of the song. So he always mixes like the entire song, like without anything being soloed. Occasionally I might solo something just to check it, but generally I'm just flat out just, oh, ignore that, I didn't hit the mic. But essentially I'm just mixing with everything playing all at once, because I want to make sure that it sounds good. What I'm doing sounds good with the rest of the song. So now the goal is going to be to make that kick, that second kick, sound like the first kick. So this is the first kick. And I guess I could just take that same kick and then just play the same pattern, but that's no fun. So first thing we're going to do is turn it all the way down and then bring it back in. So let me listen to this. Okay, so that's... Okay, so this is about the same volume that I want them to be at, but now it's just a matter of getting them to feel a little bit more like the same. The first thing that I noticed with this kick, and I'll solo this so I can show you. Let me add in Pro Q3 too. So the first thing that I'm noticing with this kick, and I wish I could like mix out loud, but I have to do a whole bunch of workarounds with cables and stuff to be able to get this through the speakers. And I don't want to do that right now while I'm in the middle of a live stream. I'll have to get that set up for future live streams, but right now I'm just in headphones. But anyways, the first thing that I'm noticing is there's a lot more low end on this kick. And there's a little bit more of a tell on it. And because I want it to be more punchy more than rumbly, I am going to put a transient. I'm going to do the same process, but just fine tune it to the specific plugin. And that was the transient master. Yes. So let's go ahead and see what we can do with that. Also, I'll show you what this does, the transient master. So you kind of got rid of the attack with that. And there's way more attack. So that's the first thing that you can do with the attack. You can make the sustain a little bit lower. It's not as noticeable. It's still there, but it does make the sustain on that kick a little bit shorter, a lot shorter or longer. Because I want to have more of a kick that knocks, I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. What's up? Introducing my wife. She decided to come in and say hi. So yeah, so right now we're just mixing the song. Yeah. But you can't hear it because I don't have everything set up to be able to. I don't have everything set up to be able to play it out loud through the speakers when I'm live streaming yet, because I'm lazy. So yeah, that's the kick, and we need it to sound a little bit more punchy rather than thumpy. These are professional terms that I'm using right now. She's patronizing me. What'd you say? Yep. Oh. So L Cool J said that you're a real one for supporting me. So before I go back to mixing this song, I'm a nerd. I have yo-yos. Hold on. Let me take off these headphones. I'm not gonna be able to hear anything. No, it's fine. No, I'm enjoying this. This is funny. I can clip this.
Do I have to put it behind my knuckle?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Okay.
We're just gonna take a detour from mixing real quick to do this. Let me move that. That's fine. It's fine. So we're gonna move that there. So anyways, I yo-yo. Let me switch microphones real quick. I think this microphone should work. Okay, so let me turn this up.
Okay. Try again.
All right, can you hear me? Let me do.
Crap. The one trick you showed me, I can never do.
Can you remove my comment real quick for your content? Yes, I can. That is a great idea. Thank you for that. Let me just hide the comments real quick. So anyways, I'm a nerd. I have yo-yos. I yo-yo. Let me get this out of the way. Excuse me.
But
Yeah.
It's not like,
So, I yo-yo. Let me fix the camera. This is the thing that everybody really came for, the yo-yo lesson. So, I'll take this one. So basically, like I said, I keep on saying because I'm stalling while I think. I'm a nerd. So the first thing you have to do with it, the yo-yo string has a loop already. I'm going to show this close up. Do the YouTuber thing. There it goes. So there's already this loop.
Can you do mine?
Yeah. So basically you have to take it. There you go. Do that.
Oh, so that's the part you wrap around.
Yeah, so you take the string and you basically make a little slip knot to put your finger through, if you can see that. There it goes. So yeah. Let me do this real quick so I can see what people are saying. This is beyond. Oh, there she goes.
Oh, crap.
Yeah, so you can basically do
Okay, yeah, I can't do that.
that. Yes, you can.
You spit me.
I have to spin it. No, I didn't. It looked like it, but I didn't.
Yes, it did. It got close.
But yeah, so. There we
You're a
go.
little rusty.
Yes, I am rusty, but I can still do it.
Wow, that's really cool. Okay.
I'm a nerd.
No, I think it's really cool. I've never seen anybody be able to do yo-yo tricks like that.
Yep.
Like in real life.
I already told you. I went to a yo-yo competition when I was like, I think I was like 12 years old or something. No, I was like probably 13, 14.
It was like low-key, like...
Was it 14, 15?
puberty.
I was a teenager, okay? We'll just go with that. I appreciate the comment. Yeah, I was a teenager, and I went to a yo-yo competition
I know. I got
because I was really into it. Oh. And I thought it would be fun, so I drove all the way up to Cleveland. I convinced my parents to drive me and my cousin all the way up to Cleveland for a yo-yo competition. And I feel like they were just judging me.
Oh, I didn't know your cousin went too.
Yeah, Justin. Yeah.
I didn't know you went. I thought it was just your family.
No, I mean, Justin was the person that got me into yo-yoing.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it doesn't go that far back on your finger. It goes like right here. So other yo-yo thing, when you place it, hide my face. There it goes. Focus. Come on, camera. So you place it like right there. What's your favorite trick to do? I would say my favorite trick is double or nothing, or maybe triple or nothing. It's all basically the same trick, but it's just the amount of times that it wraps around. But basically, it's that.
What's the slingshot one then where you like...
Oh, is it boomerang or blingy blingy?
It might have been that.
Are you talking about like
It's something where you like... Oh, yes. That's
that?
my favorite. That's really
Ah,
cool. Oh,
it's all good. Nobody died.
I feel like these would hurt to like hit yourself with.
Oh yes, they do.
Like, that's why I'm sticking to my one little trick that you showed me how to do years ago, because I'm like, I can't be hitting
Yeah, it's
myself.
safe. Ugh. Yeah, I just messed up my yo-yo. Oh no. Panic, panic, panic.
I don't know how to.
I can't
do the
open this
triple
one.
thing that you do.
There it goes.
Yeah.
No, I'm just weak. So you can actually take apart the yo-yos too. So
And these are trick yo-yos. You should mention.
yeah, they're trick yo-yos. So this is like half of it. There's like a little rubber grip thing in there. And then, if I can get the string off, there we go. Then you have like this little bearing on it. And that's what makes the yo-yo spin. But I got the string in a knot, so that's why I am.
Really cool.
You said what?
I said I did something really cool.
Oh, you did?
I can't do it again though.
Well, I'm gonna clip it so I can go back and watch it later.
Okay, well, I guess I'll leave you alone now.
Okay, I got one more trick. There's this trick that I never really learned called seasick. It's probably a bad idea to try it right now.
Why is it called seasick?
I don't remember. Do I do double over? I don't remember. That should be fine. We'll be fine. We'll survive. Why is it called seasick? Because you basically make a boat and then make the boat go up and down. Essentially.
How do you do like the one thing like, well, it's not It's kind of a trick, but like how you retrieve the yo-yo.
Oh, the bind?
Yeah.
So you just kind of get it on there. Oh, I did this wrong. Hold on. I did a double loop on here, but it needs to be single loop because that doesn't feel right. It's crazy how you can feel the difference.
Man.
First of all, I appreciate everybody for sticking around and watching me nerd out with yo-yos with my wife. I'm enjoying that. He said,
I'm
"Yeah."
just not trying to do this. I promise.
No, I'm enjoying
doing
this.
it
This is,
to say hi.
like I said, this is the real thing that people show up for.
And I show up to watch me and you play videos.
No, it's more the spontaneous.
Yeah, I get it.
It's more the spontaneousness of live streaming. Like if people are just kind of like, man, nobody likes that. But if you're doing fun things, people want to watch. So yeah, a bind. Basically, you just take the yo-yo and you go like over, and then you just kind of throw the string, and it kind of gets caught up and pulls back. The reason you do that is because, okay, that was the worst example ever. That wasn't supposed to happen. Pretend like that didn't happen. Okay, there we go. Generally, yo-yos are not, this yo-yo is non-responsive. So like you can pull and stuff, and it doesn't come back. Yes, this is like a commercial break
Oh, crap.
for yo-yos. This one was actually a gift from Renee, my wife. I don't know, she probably paid like $50, $60 for this thing.
I don't really remember.
It probably was, because yo-yos cost about $50, $60, sometimes a
It
little
was
bit more.
expensive for what I was buying. I was like, wait, how much is this thing?
Hey,
And this is a yo-yo? Aren't those like 99 cents? Like,
no, they're not 99 cent.
not so was it so I was like, oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
I guess this is the. It said like professional yo or something. I
Yeah,
was like,
no, they're
the marketing sold me. So
marketing solely.
yeah. But anyway, you can enjoy. I'm gonna
Okay.
actually do laundry now. So.
Okay, alright, well, I will see you later.
Bye.
Dunkin' was my favorite brand. Yeah, because I'm a nerd, I don't like Dunkin'.
Bye, friends.
See ya, bye. Thanks for coming. We're just gonna put these back here. But now you know that these are not just for show. They are real, and I actually play with them sometimes. Anyways, we're back. So anyways, yeah, because I'm a nerd, no problem. I'm glad I can entertain people. Like, the whole goal with me doing live streaming anyways is just to entertain people. Sorry. So as long as people are being entertained, I'm fine. We don't have to sit here and mix every single time or make beats every single time or make music. Like, we can sit around and talk. We can... I have thought about playing video games or something like that, but I just suck at video games. But yeah, like, it's just about creating a fun community for people to hang out and like escape from the realities of life and the world catching on fire slowly. Let me reset the camera. Alright, let's see. Let me check this real quick. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna put the chat back on the screen. I need to figure out how to like have OBS record the chat screen or the separate the individual sources separately, so I don't have to always turn off the chat, so I don't have to like think about that kind of stuff. But thank you, L Cool J, for reminding me of that, because that's very helpful for later when I go back and make more content. Anyways, now back from our break. So where we last left this song was me trying to make this kick more punchy, less thumpy. Honestly, just that slight change. That's a little bit more punchy.
Everything just to be clear. Money man interest, not trying to be funny, but if you like purpose, live and check the check. Bill collector, we connect the student debt. Indeed, we crypto. Quarter if you don't got no wealth. Yeah, you rather now. Live and check the check. Bill collector, we connect the student debt. Indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fish and best.
This is Chill Will. So I linked his Instagram below. I'll show it to you really quick. But yeah, I'm not on his Instagram anymore. I don't. Give me a second to figure out how to make this work. He actually might be in the chat right now. But yeah, so this is Will. His link, his Instagram is in the link, is in the description. Super dope rapper. He's from Cincinnati. I met him in Atlanta when I moved out there. Well, actually, before I moved out there, a few years before I moved out there, actually. And we just stayed in contact. So, like I was saying before, I don't really mix for people anymore, but we had a conversation. I kind of told him everything that I'm doing, and I decided that it made sense for me to mix a few of his songs for him and then teach him how to mix the rest of his music that he wants to do, so that he can just be more equipped to do this in the future, but not have to like waste time initially for the year trying to learn to mix himself, so he can just have stuff to put out initially. Camera's too high. All right, there we go. That's better. Then just turn it a little bit. There we go. Boom. Whew. So I think that's close. I think that they're close enough. So they don't need to sound exactly the same, but they need to have the same amount of punch and cut through and knock. So fingers crossed that we did that. Let's see, what was the other thing I said we needed to do on this? So we did the vocals, which I think they might be sitting in a better place, and I'll kind of go back and A/B between the version that I sent him and then this version and check everything to make sure that it sounds the way that I want it to sound. And then it was the bass. That was the other thing. So let me actually put Vitamin on this, because I need to be able to EQ specific things. And I think that's a Waves plugin. There we go. And I think I want this bass to be, correction, I want this to be, no, not dual mono. I want this to be stereo. Stereo. So then what we're going to do, which this is why I'm using Vitamin. Vitamin is really, really, yeah, he is. He's starting out new with some solo stuff. So this is actually going to be the first song he puts out. So that's why I'm working on it right now. But he has a group. I don't know if they're still active or if he's going to be 100% solo, but he has a group called The Moon. And they have a really dope project that's out. I did do some of the music on that project as well. I produced, I think, one song and maybe mixed another one. I don't remember what the name of the project was. It was a few years back that I did that, and they probably have other stuff that came out after that. But the reason that I wanted to use Vitamin for this is because I'm pretty sure I can make this, I can make the low end mono, which is what I would like to do. Because I want to open up the high end on this a little bit. Let's get a little bit of sparkle on that. We're going to pull back the output so we're not clipping on there. And I played this out. It's just my Flume Rezo bass that I made. Because I make electronic music now. And I know I just broke my rule about like, oh, don't do anything in mono, but I wanted to be able to hear that in detail because it's like really small details. think I'm gonna need some distortion on the top so you can actually hear what's going on too. Because I think that's the problem. I don't want to really turn this up. I want to feel it, but I don't want to overpower the rest of the track with this bass. And it's a pretty heavy, loud bass. So what is the distortion that I want to do? I think I want to use FabFilter Saturn, because I like how Saturn sounds a lot of times. We're just going to loop this section so I can hear it. We'll use a preset on this. Let's try this one. That's too rock. So that is like very loud. I don't want. I think that should be good. And then we're gonna pull this back and just bring it in. And then the other thing that we'll do is we'll put a multi-band compressor on here so that I can scoop out a space for the kick to fit into the mix. Because I still want the kick to be the main driving force of the low end. So we're going to side chain it to kick. I had to specifically name the kick so I could find it a lot faster. And I know that I want my resonant frequency in the kick to be 94,218. So let's find that right there, somewhere around there, that range. External. Oh, my bad. That's the wrong kick. Let me name the other kick so I can find it faster. So this is going to be kick 2. And let's find audio. Kick 2. There we go. Okay. So let's make that a little bit narrow. And then we're going to pull back the bass a little bit too. I don't think I actually did anything. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Catch you next time. I'm supposed to be streaming weekly, but I'm going to be out of town for work for the next 2 weeks, basically. Actually, no. I'll be able to stream next week. It'll be 2 weeks from then that I'm not able to stream. Yeah. Pretty sure. Yeah. So, yeah, next week I'll be streaming. The following week I will be out of town. So I won't be streaming that week. There we go. We figured it out. I might boost the vocals in that section because I feel like it's kind of overpowered now. And I don't want his vocals to be drowned out by the beat too much. Like, I want them to be kind of working together in harmony. Because that's why we do any... That's why mixing is a thing. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, let's see. So let's go back into the automation. Let's see how that sounds. I think here's what I need to do, because I'm still worried that you won't be able to hear his voice in that section. So what I'm going to do is also add another multi-band compressor and have this one be for the vocal bus, which is, I think, 10. And this one, we're just going to scoop out some frequencies just around here. It's not going to be that deep. It's going to be about there. Then external. Let's go back to where he's at. Let's see.
Ladies, if you dodging all the fuck niggas, scallywags, skeezers, hooligans, and Neanderthals, please run this bitch back. If you was paying child support for 18 years and this nigga turned 18 and you ain't gotta pay child support no more,
Run this back. Okay, there we go. I think that will be a little better on that. And then we're getting to the fun part, because now it's time for more post-production. So what that means is that I get to add my own flavor to the track, because I felt like it was just missing things in that second half. So I'll explain my vision. Actually, there's one more thing I need to fix that I heard that kind of annoyed me, and that was, if I could zoom in, there we go. I am going to fade in on this section right here. Because I feel like there's just, I don't like that. I like the sound, but I don't want it to do that. I don't want it to be so intense. So what we're going to do is we're going to automate the volume right there. And just kind of dip it down and see if that fixes. Let's see, does, where's my curve tool? And then we're going to do the same thing for the sample in that section. We're going to automate the volume. Boom, boom, and boom. Not that. Curve that. There we go. There we go. That's what we want. We don't want the little bass rumble at the end. So now that we got that, I just realized I did not show a single part of what I was doing right there. I just automated this section, so like the rumble. So that's a lot cleaner than what it was before, which if I turn off the automation on that, you can hear how, I don't know, I just don't like that. So that's why we turned it on, and that just sounds a lot cleaner into that section. It's the little details that count. So now, speaking of little details, post-production stuff. So the main thing that I think needs to be in this section, which is where I'm going to be focusing on, let me shrink this a little bit so I can see everything. I think we need to add an 808. There was an 808 originally in the beat, but I think it was too much for the song. Like, it needs to be like a, I think Ciano, was that you, Ciano, or was that LL Cool J that mentioned it was a Memphis vibe? I think it was you, Ciano. Yeah, it was you, Ciano. So yeah, I think it need the Memphis vibe. The 808s aren't that crazy. Give me 1 second because my camera's about to die. Okay, wait for it, and we're back. Hey. So yeah, I think we need a 808, but like 808, like if you listen to like 3 6 Mafia or something, the 808s aren't that crazy. It's just there on one note pretty much. So first we need to find the right 808. So that's what we're gonna start with. And because this is gonna be easier, we're just gonna duplicate that. And then just start with this and get rid of all the plugins. So what I'm hearing for an 808 is something clean. Like, it doesn't need a lot of distortion. It doesn't need to be like a excuse me. It doesn't need to be too aggressive. It needs to be, I think it needs a smooth 808. So that's what we're gonna look for real quick. So I have this plugin right here, which is called, if I can remember what it's called Sublab. But I don't know who makes it. There we go, Sublab. There we go. And I like my bass in mono. So let's see. I'll jump over to the keyboard cam now. That is crooked. No! Run away, camera. Yeah, I don't use it all the time, but I at least try it out first, and then if I can't find one that I like, I'll just switch to, hold on. Focus! Did that make it focus? What if I put text under here? Because it's not in focus at all. There we go. That's what we want. Let's get rid of the battery. Let's clean that up. You didn't see anything. It is totally clean over here. Okay, hip hop. I don't know if I know who that is, actually. But yeah, so we're gonna, like, that to me is too distorted. That might work. Apparently this is one that I made forever ago. Let me see how it sounds with that. Let me find out. Whew. So this is my nerdy. I'm taking piano lessons, so like my nerdy music theory is like. So basically, what's going on, which I can't really explain in music theory terms because I'm bad at speaking it, but this note, that's the first note in that section, in that change up. So that is an E, and I think that the bass line that will work, I think the bass line that's going to work for the 808 is going to be like, so that's going to be an A, and then that's an F. Okay, yeah, I'm not familiar with him. I should probably look into him. But yeah, but we're gonna be an octave lower, obviously. But yeah. So this is the note that we're gonna play. But let me just double check it first.
Neighbors on the left, can I get a witness to witness? Niggas fraud like PPP, ludicrous like DTP. Now these niggas push a piece sound like R. Kelly shit. Okay, I'm really not the violent type. My childhood I fought bullies down. Not scared to catch a boosie fade. I told you, hold on, wipe me down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt and D. We crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a face. My homie, a father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Navigating through uncharted waters, while we making paper, gotta keep receipts.
Okay, so I'm probably gonna have to add some distortion or something to this, but the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop this right by the kick so I can see the kick pattern because I'm gonna need that for this. But we're gonna go ahead and record that real quick.
Chris like DTP, now these niggas push a piece sound like R. Kelly shit. Okay, I'm really not the violent type. My childhood I fought bullies down. Not scared to catch a boosie fade. I told you, hold on, wipe me down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt and D. We crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a face. My homie, a father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Navigating through uncharted waters.
So none of those were in place where I wanted them to be, because it's really hard to do that because that kick pattern is crazy. There's a lot going on with that kick pattern, and that's also why I was saying that it doesn't need that the pattern doesn't need a lot because it's already busy enough alone. There we go. So we're going simpler rather than complex. So I'm going to get super into the details and place these right where I want them. And then I'll swing them. Okay, so there's that part. And then we mute it. So we're on 66. So we're just going to put one on every kick for the most part. Okay, boom. There we go. So the pattern isn't like, the pattern is pretty consistent even though there's a lot going on. So I think if I do these, if I break it up by section, so like we're going to do that, but then this section is going to be pretty consistent. So we're going to put that one there. That there. The only reason the reason I'm clicking these in is just because I want to be extremely precise with where I place them initially, and then I'm gonna like swing them a little bit. And the velocity is all over the place. I'm gonna fix that too. Okay, and then put that there. This is gonna go there, so that's on.
Really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down. I really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down. I scared they really not the violent. I told you. Really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down. I scared to catch a boosie fade. I told you, hold on, wipe me down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord I'm winning now. Living really not the violent. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord I'm winning now. Living where we came from and we not gonna turn our ego.
Okay, and I think that this is the one that's off. Yeah, so this 808 needs to go there. We need one there. Oh wait, there. Let me get into the details on this. Oh, they did a triplet there. Interesting. So we'll do a... Oh, I know, that's just the quantize. I want the grid. Functions, view. How do I change? I don't remember. Well, as long as it's putting it on the right in the right place. There is a way in here to change the grid layout. Yet, I don't remember, so it's not a big deal. This is what happens when you use when you switch softwares. When you switch softwares after a while, it just gets really hard to just like fly through certain things because you don't remember the shortcuts. I've been enabling so long, I know how to get in and out of like triplet mode, like that. It's fast. But here I'm like acting like I've never made a beat before, and making this take the longest possible time it ever could. We'll go back to 16th notes again. Yeah, I went back to Ableton. Just because, like, I wanted to be able to perform live, and Ableton just makes it a lot easier to just, it's a lot easier to create in Ableton and then use Ableton Live on a live performance than it is to use another software and then convert it into an Ableton project. Excuse me. Since the end of 2020, yeah. So yeah, so where does this 808 go? There we go. That goes there, this goes there. I just need to get this right one time, and then I can just copy and paste from there. Because I already have the second half where I do the... And I think this is the moment of truth. Zoom in so I can get that triplet right. That's close enough. It is. I love arranging in Ableton. I love doing all this stuff that I'm doing right now in Ableton because it's just so much easier. Saves me time. Maybe I'm just biased because I know how it works. I don't know. But either way, there's something about it that just makes me feel like, yeah, this makes sense. All right, so we got that. The first thing that I need to do is also automate where the mutes are going to be. Smart controls. I don't want keyboard main mute. There we go. Also, automation. Automation is way better. Like this, it's too smooth. Like when I'm automating, I need to be able to like snap to a grid. And like allegedly I have that on, but it never feels that sticky. It just feels like it just kind of like, it never feels like it sticks to anything in Ableton, and it's very annoying. But maybe that's just me and my pet peeves. But that was one of the things, like, because I remember I started out in Ableton, and when I switched over to Logic back in like 2013 or something like that, 2013, 2014, that was the first thing that kind of irritated me, that like automation wasn't like snap to the grid. Like if I wanted to do a mute for a specific section, it just felt like it was a lot more work to get it to sound exactly how I wanted it to sound, like perfectly on the beat. Because like I can make a very precise automation edit in Ableton, and then if I want to, can you do that? What? Hold on. Wait. Oh, I didn't know you could do that. This is new to me. That's crazy. I thought you had to buy like a third-party plugin to be able to do that in here. Okay, let me see how that sounds. So I don't like this 808. So I don't like the 808 specifically. Let's do smart. But I think I got the pattern right. So now let's just cycle through some patterns real quick. Oh, yes. I do that all the time. In my shortcut, I've gotten so good at the shortcuts in Ableton. Like, if I just want to do a master search through Ableton, and I'll show this in a second once I get done with this. Like, I just hit Command F, and I can just type in whatever I'm looking for, whether it's a sample, whether it's a plugin, whether it's an effect, and it'll just pull up everything that comes up with that name. And it just makes it so much faster. We're gonna shrink this real quick. I'm going to, what is it, shift up, command up.
told you, hold on, wind it down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt, indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch. But
I think that this bass line is also competing with it, so I need to mute that.
really not the violent type, my childhood out all bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you, hold on, wind it down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where
It
we
is.
came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt, indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Really not the violent type, my childhood out all bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you, hold on, wind it down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Really not the violent type, my childhood out all bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you, hold on, wind it down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt, indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch. But we ballin' for days. Really not the
I think this is the 808 I want.
really not the violent type, my childhood out all bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you, hold on, wind it down.
And then we're just gonna pull that back so it sits better in the mix.
Really not the violent type, my childhood out all bullies down. Really not the violent type, my childhood out all bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you, hold on, wind it down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt, indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Really not the violent type, my childhood out all bullies down, not scared to catch a
Okay, and then we're gonna do this too.
really not the violent type, my childhood out all bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you, hold on, wipe me down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt, indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Really not the violent type, my childhood out all bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you, hold on, wipe me down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt, indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Really not the violent type, my childhood out all bullies down, not scared
Okay,
to
let's hear this in context now.
fraud like PPP, ludicrous like DTP. Glad these niggas push a piece out like R. Kelly shit. Okay, I'm really not the violent type. My childhood out all bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you, hold on, wipe me down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt, indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Navigating through uncharted waters, while we making paper, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beats, the steel is ready to go in the sea like a Super Eats. I just get the bumpin' right into my speakers, thumping, treat the music like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping, bitch. Whoa.
I don't know what just happened, but that sounded really cool. I'm about to do that.
Music like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping.
Yeah, that's how we're gonna. Okay. That was an accident, but it was like a good accident. No, I don't want to mute the vocals. Ignore that automation. So we're gonna collapse that. I'm just gonna mute the beat in that section.
Music like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping.
So right there. See, this is the other nice thing about having like these master outputs, having like these buses that I'm routing everything through, because I want to mute the beat. I can just mute it now. But this is where my complaints about precision within automation come into play.
souls pumping, bitch. Whoa.
Ooh. Okay, see, I'm getting a bunch of ideas now. So what if, let's see, Shift M. Oh, why doesn't it work anymore? Okay, Control M. Okay, it's Control M, that's why.
To my speakers up and treat the music like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping, bitch. Whoa. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids, standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back. If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging all the
I'm gonna pull back the
scallywags, skeezers, hooligans, and Neanderthals,
pull back the bass a little bit.
run this bitch back. If you was paying child support for 18 years and this nigga turned 18 and you ain't gotta pay child support.
So
NFT, we fishing bless this bitch, but we ballin' for days. Wealthy in memories, life is a phase.
there we go.
Your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons and they growing, they practically race. Navigating through uncharted waters, while we making payback, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef, the steel is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the bumpin' right into my speakers thumping, treat the music like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping, bitch. Whoa. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of
Yeah.
your kids, standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back.
We're gonna take this to another level. This is where I start doing extra stuff that is not necessary. Get rid of that. Let's see.
Kids standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run it.
Let me zoom in. Where does that? I need to start using markers in here.
Go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the bumpin' right into my speakers thumping, treat the music like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping, bitch. Whoa. If you working a 9.
So I think it would be really cool if the beat changes. I'm about to head. All right. It is. I'm just a night person, so I don't do myself justice by getting myself some good rest. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. I'll be back next week, same day. We'll figure out what time. It's kind of dependent on when I leave the gym. But I'm trying to be consistent with live streams whenever possible. It's really like the only time I really get to actually do music, where every other time I'm working on content to support my music. So yeah, so I enjoy doing the live stream. So yeah, thanks for tuning in. Let's see. But I was going to put a pitch shifter on that. We're gonna see. I don't know what this mode is. I've never seen this mode before. Let's turn on latency compensation because that always gets messed up.
Music like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping, bitch. Whoa. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back.
I don't like that.
If you taking care of your kids, standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back.
We'll try.
If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging all the fuck niggas, scallywag. Whoa.
Oh my gosh, that sounds awful. This is why I like Ableton Live, because complex mode, down pitching stuff, chef's kiss. So let's just jump into Ableton real quick, because I do want that to be never mind. I don't know if it's worth doing all the extra effort. We'll just stick with the original idea.
Nigga want beef, the steel is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the bumpin' right into my speakers thumping, souls pumping, bitch. Woo. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids standing 10 toes down, I'm gonna need you to please.
So I'm gonna add some pads to this too.
Navigating through a total.
Just mute all those and then jump into these. I could just do. I feel like my super saw is going to be way too EDM for this. What I'm going for. I'm going to make some change to this. So let's get some chords in here. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Wait a minute. We'll see how this goes. Let's see.
Wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, a father, he don't have no daughter. 2 sons and they growing, they practically raised. Navigating through uncharted waters, I be making paper, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef, the steel is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the bumping right into my speakers up and treat the music like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping, bitch. Whoa. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids standing 10 toes down, I'm gonna need you to please run this thing back.
Let's find a better sound.
I'm trying to be the best version of yourself. My nigga, please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging all the fuck niggas, scallywags, skeezers, hooligans, and Neanderthals, please run this bitch back. If you was paying child support for 18 years and this nigga turned 18 and you ain't gotta pay child support no more, run this back.
Let me find. I don't want a key sound.
Like Reebok, about to get your souls pumping, bitch. Whoa. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids standing 10 toes down, I'm gonna need you to please run this thing back.
Okay, so I think I got it.
If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging all the fuck niggas, scallywags, skeezers, hooligans, and Neanderthals,
Okay, so here we go.
this bitch back. If you was paying child support for 18 years and this nigga turned 18 and you ain't gotta pay child support no more, run this back.
All right, Let's try this.
Navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making paper, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef, the steel is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the bumpin' right to my speakers thumping, treat the music like Reebok, about to get your souls pumping, bitch. Woo. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids, standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back. If you in the gym trying.
Okay, so let's see. There we go. Okay. We're gonna get this right.
Homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons and they going, they practically race. Navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making paper, gotta keep receipts. Don't want beef to steal it.
What is that? That's not what I want. I want to get rid of that. Okay.
Sons and they going, they practically race. Navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making paper, gotta keep receipts.
I am not doing good.
Sons and they going, they practically race. Navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making paper, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef to steal
I can do this. I believe in myself. I can play chords. So it's gonna be. That's a very logical movement. We're gonna get it right this time.
Sons and they going, they practically race. Navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making paper, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef to steal, is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the bumpin' right to my speakers thumping, treat the music like Reebok, about to get your souls pumping, bitch. Woo.
Okay. There we go. Now we got it. And then we'll just play around with sounds after we. And then we'll just play around with the sounds after we get it tweaked to where we want it to be. So let's see.
Navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making paper, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef to steal, is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get.
It's a little sloppy, but it got the job done. Oh my gosh, there's so many things that I like about Ableton. Like, there's probably a way to do this in here. Control Z. But I seem to recall like that it required a plugin to just make MIDI notes longer. Quantize that. Let's just quantize all of that.
I just get the bumpin'. Navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making paper, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef to steal, is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats.
So we're gonna pull this out. Do this like right here.
See like a Super Eats. I just get the bumpin' right to my speakers thumping, treat the music like Reebok, about to get your souls pumping, bitch. Woo. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids, standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back. If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging all the fuck niggas, scallywags, skeezers, hooligans, and Neanderthals, please run this bitch back. If you was paying child support for 18 years and this nigga turned 18 and you ain't gotta pay child support no more. If you working a 9 to
So we're gonna do a different voicing because I want.
if you If you working a 9 to toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back. If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging all the fuck niggas, scallywags, skeezers, hooligans, and Neanderthals, please run this back.
We're gonna find the right sound for this.
If you was paying child support for 18 years and this nigga turned. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back. If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please. Hate to go, but gotta go to pay them bills. Please run this bitch back. If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this back.
All right, let's see.
If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to.
What do we do in ARP?
If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids standing 10 toes.
Ooh, I did not mean to do that. Shrink that. Shrink. Shrink. Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out what to do in this section to make this more interesting. Option number 2 is put a LFO tool on this, which I believe is made by them. Let me pull that back there. So let me see. Let's see, routing. Let's change this around. Put that there. That sounds terrible. That's awful. Ugh. Let me figure out this. Come on, something has to work. Let's see how that sounds.
If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your
I don't like that.
toes down, I'ma need you to please.
I might be overproducing, so we're gonna try one more thing, and then if it doesn't work,
If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back. If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging all the fuck niggas, scallywags, skeezers, hooligans, and Neanderthals, please run this bitch back. If you was paying child support for 18 years and this nigga turned... If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back. If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging all the fuck niggas, scallywags, skeezers, hooligans, and Neanderthals, please run this bitch back.
Yeah, so I'm overproducing, so I'm just going to pretend like I never did a single thing in this section, and just leave that part as is and pretend like that never happened, and then do the one thing that I was going to do that shouldn't be too over the top. Let's put that there. Don't copy.
If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this back, this bitch back.
We're gonna go down there.
If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this back, this bitch back.
So we're gonna take out the please and just take that part. Because I think this is gonna sound cool.
Run this bitch back, this bitch back.
And then just throw that in the background.
Please run this bitch back, this bitch back.
But I want that a little bit deeper.
Run this bitch back, this bitch back. If you run this bitch back, this bitch back.
And then I want some delay, more echo than delay, I think.
Run this bitch back, this bitch back.
More feedback.
Run this bitch back, this bitch back. Run this bitch back, this bitch back. Run this bitch back, this bitch back. If you taking care of your kid, run this bitch back, this bitch back. If you
Let me
taking
go
run
100%.
this bitch back, this bitch back. If you taking care of your kid, run this bitch back, this bitch back. If you taking run this bitch back, this bitch back. If you taking care
What if we do 16 dotted?
bitch back, if you taking care of your kid,
That's almost it. And then I'm just gonna automate this. So
run this bitch back, bitch back. If you taking care of your kid, run this bitch back, bitch back. Run this bitch back, bitch back.
I want that to be a little bit faster.
Bitch back, bitch back.
More of that.
Run this bitch back, bitch back. If you taking care of your kid, run this bitch back, bitch back.
Yeah, so we'll do that. And then
Run this bitch back, bitch back.
ooh, I just zoomed out way
Taking
too
care of your
much.
kids standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please run this thing back. If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this. I'ma need you to please run this thing back.
Don't copy.
Please run this thing back. If you in the gym, thing back. Thing back. Thing back. If you in the gym trying to be the best version of yourself, my nigga, please run this back.
And then we'll see if he likes this or not. He might not like it, and I might take it out. But it was worth the try.
Please run this back. Ladies, if you run this back.
I want the back on the downbeat.
Run Please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging.
That one needs to be warped. This is where I just start to get into stuff that's like way too detailed for no reason. Because I have ideas.
Please run this back. Ladies, if you dodging all the fuck niggas, scallywags, skeezers, hooligans, and Neanderthals, please run this bitch back.
Alright, I hate my idea now. So, once again, pretend like that never happened. Yeah, but I'm going to reference the mix real quick between the version that we had before and see if I think that this is better. If it's more what he was looking for. This is 4, so we're just going to drop this in here. And we're going to loop this section first.
Really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you hold on, wipe me down. And then really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you hold on, wipe me down. Living in this real setup. Really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down, not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you hold on, wipe me down. Living in this real setup to lose, but Lord I'm winning now. Living where we came from and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt and D. We crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch, but we ballin' for days. Wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons and they growing, they practically raised. Really not the violent type, my childhood I fought.
So vocals aren't as loud now.
Really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down. Really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down. Not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you hold on, wipe me down. Living in this real setup to lose, but Lord I'm winning now. Living where we came from and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the.
So now I have more headroom for the mix down.
Really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down. Not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you hold on, wipe me down. Living in this real setup to lose, but Lord I'm winning now. Living where we came from and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt and D. We crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch, but we ballin' for days. Wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons and they growing, they practically raised. Really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down. Not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you hold on, wipe me down. Living in this real setup to lose, but Lord I'm winning now. Living where we came from and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collect, connect the student debt and D. We crypto catching NFT, we fishing past this bitch, but we ballin' for days. Memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons and they growing, they practically raised. Really not the violent type, my childhood I fought bullies down. Not scared to catch a boozy fade. I told you hold on, wipe me down. Living in this real setup to lose.
Okay, so let's check back on this part.
Chasing the money. Money not everything, just to be clear. Money not trying to be funny, but if you like purpose, you niggas is weird. If you like purpose, then why are you here? Man, let me switch the flow up. I think my mama, how she raised me. Glock got no safety. I'm CeeLo Green crazy. Miss with Pat Swayze. First generational curse breaker. Breaking records you never seen before like a turntable. First to go to chasing the money. Money not everything, just to be clear. Money man interest, not trying to be funny, but if you like purpose, you niggas is weird. If you like
Let's get the nasaliness out of this.
Man, let me switch the flow up. I think my mama, how she raised me. Glock got no safety. I'm CeeLo Green crazy. Miss with Pat Swayze. First generational curse breaker. Breaking records you never seen before like a turntable.
That's the other version.
Chasing the money. Money not everything, just to be clear. Money man interest, not trying to be funny, but if you like purpose, you niggas is weird. If you like purpose, then why are you here?
Let's see how this sounds.
Man, let me switch the flow up. I think my mama, how she raised me. Glock got no safety. I'm CeeLo Green crazy. Miss with Pat Swayze. First generational curse.
I'm gonna lift that off a little bit.
I think my mama, how she raised me. Glock got no safety. I'm CeeLo Green crazy. Miss with Pat Swayze. First generational curse breaker. Breaking records you never seen before like a turntable. First to go to chasing the
And then we're gonna check.
Used to smoke on that Bobby. bear a witness. Turn to your neighbors on the left, can I get a witness? To witness, niggas fraud like PPP, ludicrous like DTP. Now these niggas push a piece, sound like R. Kelly shit. Okay, I'm really not the violent type. My childhood, I fought bullies down. Not scared to catch a boosie fade. I told you, hold on, bite me down. Living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt. Indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing best bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making payback. NFT, we fishing best bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making payback, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef, the steel is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the living in this world set up to lose, but Lord, I'm winning now. Living where we came from, and we not gonna turn our ego down. Living check to check, bill collector, we connect the student debt. Indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing best bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making payback, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef, the steel is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the bumping right into my speakers, thumping, treat the music like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping, bitch. Whoa. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to pay them bills, please run this bitch back. If you taking care of your kids, standing 10 toes down, I'ma need you to please.
Sorry.
Is he still in live?
Yeah. What's up? Oh, okay. I'm just trying to finish this up. I'm almost done with the mix.
I need you to please. Debt indeed, we crypto catching NFT, we fishing best bitch. But we ballin' for days, wealthy in memories, life is a phase. My homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Navigating through so I be making paper, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef, the steel is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the bumping right. Homie, your father, he don't have no daughter, 2 sons, and they growing, they practically raised. Navigating through uncharted waters, so I be making paper, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef, the steel is ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the bumping right into my speakers, thumping, treat the music like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping, bitch. Whoa. If you working a 9 to 5, navigating through uncharted waters, I'll be making paper, gotta keep receipts. If a nigga want beef,
All right.
ready to go in the seat like a Super Eats. I just get the bumping right into my
I think that should be good on this mix.
like Reebok. About to get your souls pumping, bitch. Whoa. If you working a 9 to 5 and you hate to go, but gotta go to.
All right, so I think that should be good for this mix. I'll send it to him. Hopefully he doesn't hate it and can tell the difference in everything that I did, because if not, I just did a really bad job. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and sign off so I can go to bed. My wife is waiting on me because she's ready to go to bed. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll be back at it again next week. Same day, different time probably. But anyways, see you later.